Good morning, friends. This is a reminder for you to go outside. I just came out to view this grass. It's getting greener. Do you notice? And also, the trees are filling up with some greenery. Just enjoy walking on the grass. It does something good to your nerves. And do you see the trees? Anyway, today I just want to share some egg recipes. These are from the past eggs I've shared, recipes I've shared on my other socials. So I hope you enjoy. These are good for breakfast and other meals, lunches, dinners. They are very filling. If you combine with other things, they will work out for you. So here you go. Today being a Saturday, I slept in and that was my first treat. I woke up craving this egg salad sandwich and this is how I made it. I cooked the eggs in this egg steamer and I poked a hole on the widest side of the egg and I placed the eggs with the hole facing upwards, and I made 10 eggs and later placed them in cold icy water so I could be able to peel. After peeling, I cut the eggs using a chopper, a vegetable chopper. Just it's easier this way, and I cut them to very small sizes. I later added mayo, black pepper, seasoning salt, and served with some bacon. This is how it looks. Yummy. Yes, and let's make some breakfast. So today I'm making this fluffy omelette with vegetable stuffing, and I'm beginning by frying my vegetables, which is red onion, mushrooms, and red pepper. And I added salt, paprika, and a bit of turmeric when the stock was dry. Then I added my red peppers because I want them to remain crisp. After, I'm going to fry the omelette, 2 beaten eggs, and I'm going to fluff it by letting all the extra go under. When it's a bit dry, I'm going to add the vegetables and a slice of cheese. On this one, I'm adding marbled cheese and then covering over, and this will melt the cheese. And oh, that's omelette number one, really yummy. Omelette number two, omelette number three, number four, five, and we're good to go. Everyone had different cheese and it was so yummy. Another morning, another omelette. So we're making this 2 egg omelette. We're using onions, mushrooms, and red pepper again. We start by frying this so that we can flavor them. Add a bit of seasoning of your liking, and then I'll add 2 beaten eggs, and I'll cover the egg so it cooks on top. So we'll do that, and I'm using olive oil in case anybody wants to know, because it has like this extra flavor and it's also very healthy. So once the egg is setting, I will cover and then add my cheese, and that's just about it. Cover after the cheese too so it dries a bit. There it is. Yum. So these particular eggs were served for dinner, and it's like an everything stovetop frittata. We start by releasing the oil in the bacon by frying it in this cast iron pan. I use a cast iron pan because I want to later put it in the oven to just firm up the top. And so we'll fry this bacon until it releases the oil, and we're not going to add any more. So we are using the bacon oil to cook this. So I will add onions and mushrooms to cook together, and just about when they're done, I will add some cherry tomatoes. I don't want them to cook much. Then I will add ham. This is the sort of meal that you use like everything, a bit of everything that you have in the house, because we are like finishing stuff for the week. So I added some eggs that contain mozzarella cheese, some sliced peppers, green peppers, and I'm adding some mushrooms because I don't want them to overcook. I baked in the oven for like 8 minutes just to form the top, and I added a bit of cheese. And so now I'm trying to release it and serve it with the mixed green vegetables, just a simple salad. Yeah, this comes mixed, and so you just add whatever meal you want to eat, and if you're using a dressing, you add to the dressing, and then serve with this as the protein of the day. So this is just a simple dinner. We are just using the greens and the omelette that is rich in protein and the fat. This was very, very filling. And stay around for the next one, that is frittata from the beginning in the oven. Hi friends, look at this spinach frittata and this mushroom frittata. Yum, right? So this came out delicious and I'm going to share the recipe with you. So I'm going to start with frying onions for the spinach frittata. I'm going to fry this in olive oil until they reach that sweet stage. And then I'm going to add 3 bags of the Great Value brand of spinach. This is the Walmart brand. I like how finely they cut the spinach, and I like that this don't produce extra liquid. So I'm going to fry this until they are done, and I'm going to add just seasoning salt and regular salt until they taste, I mean, to taste. And that is that for the spinach. No need to add any more seasoning because we want the spinach flavor to come through. So I'm going to let this heat up, stirring all the way until everything is well mixed, and then put aside and start on the mushroom frittata. And so this is how we begin the mushroom frittata. Heat some oil and add some red onions. And as it comes to the sweet stage, and the sweet stage is where it's no longer raw, it doesn't taste raw, I'm going to add the garlic. And this is freshly grated garlic. And I'm going to add these slices of button mushrooms and seasoning salt, regular salt, and also some paprika along the way. And this is just to flavor and also color the meal, because I don't want to use so much spices in this, because the dish is really flavorful with all the cheese and the cream. So I don't want to do a lot of seasoning. So this produces a lot of oil, a lot of liquid, and I saved off some so that it doesn't overcook. And I'm going to add paprika at this point, and then as you can see, they shrunk down a bit, but this is also okay. So we flavored these mushrooms and they're really good to go, and we're about to just finish the cooking process and then start putting together the frittata. All right, and so we're going to move to the mixing bowl, and I'll use 15 eggs for this recipe. I'm going to use 15 eggs, 2 cups of heavy cream, 1 cup of shredded mozzarella or grated mozzarella, and about a big handful of marbled cheese. So I'm going to beat this together, and at the very end, add the marbled cheese, and then add this golden liquid into the individual frittatas and also into the bowl of mushrooms that I fried earlier. And so here we go. I'm going to add about 3/4 cup of this, but the ramekins are of different sizes, so just enough to reach the almost the top. And then I'm going to stir them in so the liquid can reach the bottom, and I'll add some grated cheese on top just so that it looks nice and golden once it's done baking. Okay, these are done, and I'm going to pile them onto a baking tray. I start this so the liquid gets to the bottom, and then I add some cheese on top, and these are good to go once they're on that tray. So we'll bake them for about 15 minutes. I've put them into an oven. This is a tiny old oven and it doesn't have a light inside, so bear with us. So these are done. Look at how golden they look, and they're all dried up and nice. So we move on to the mushroom frittata, and I just put all the mushrooms in this baking sheet, and I added cheese. I wanted this to be extra cheesy, so all the cheese in the bottom goes into it as well. So it was really cheesy and it came out really nice. So this is how it looked. It was really delicious. I hope you try, and yeah, tell me what you think.